Have you ever wondered what it was like to be a bride in the vast Mongol Empire? It wasn't just a wedding, it was a complete transformation of a woman's world. Let's journey back in time and uncover the incredible story of a Mongol bride, from her first betrothal to her powerful role within the family. In traditional Mongol society, marriages were less about romance and more about creating strong alliances between families and clans. A girl could be betrothed as young as 7 years old, a promise sealed not with a ring, but with a symbolic exchange of gifts between the fathers. This wasn't just a personal affair, it was a strategic move, weaving families together into a stronger social fabric. The young bride-to-be would often spend time with her future-in-law, learning their customs and getting to know the family she would one day join. This was a crucial period of adaptation, preparing her for the life ahead. As the wedding day approached, the excitement would build. The groom's family would prepare a lavish dowry, often including livestock like horses and sheep, precious silks, and household goods. This wasn't a payment for the bride, but rather a contribution to help the new couple establish their own household, their own gear. The bride's family, in turn, would prepare her trousseau, filled with beautifully embroidered clothing, felt rugs, and everything she would need for her new life. The journey to her new home was a major event in itself, dressed in a stunningly ornate deal, the traditional Mongol robe, and a magnificent headdress adorned with silver, coral, and turquoise. The bride was a vision of splendor. Her face might be veiled, a symbol of her transition from one life to another. She would travel in a special wedding cart, often accompanied by her family and a procession of well-wishers, a colorful parade moving across the endless steppe. This journey could be long and arduous, a true test of endurance, but it marked her definitive departure from her childhood home. Upon arrival, the welcoming ceremony was rich with symbolism. The bride would first bow to the hearth of her new family's gear, a sacred act honoring their ancestral spirits and signifying her acceptance into their lineage. She might also perform other rituals, like stepping over a fire to purify herself or sharing a bowl of fermented mare's milk, known as arag, with her new husband. These traditions weren't just formalities, they were powerful moments that officially bound her to her new clan. The wedding celebration itself could last for days, filled with feasting, wrestling, archery, and horse racing, a joyous community affair. Now, let's talk about daily life. A Mongol wife wasn't just a passive member of the household. She was the master of the ger. Her domain was the home, and she was responsible for everything inside it. This was no small task. She managed the family's food supplies, which involved milking the sheep, goats, and mares, and then churning butter and making cheese and yogurt. She was a skilled cook, preparing hearty meals of mutton and noodles over the central fire. Beyond the kitchen, her skills were vast. She was an expert artisan, responsible for crafting felt from sheep's wool to insulate and repair the ger. She would sew all the family's clothing, from sturdy deals for the harsh winters to lighter garments for the summer. Her hands were never idle. She also cared for the children, teaching them the traditions and skills they would need to survive and thrive on the steppe. She was the heart of the family, the keeper of culture and continuity. Life on the steppe was demanding, and a Mongol wife needed to be incredibly resilient. The biggest challenge was the nomadic lifestyle itself. The family might move several times a year, searching for fresh pastures for their herds, packing up an entire household, dismantling the ger, loading everything onto carts or camels, and reassembling it at the new location was a monumental effort, and the woman was central to this process. The climate was another constant adversary. The winters were brutally cold, with temperatures dropping far below freezing, and summers could be scorchingly hot. A wife had to ensure her family was protected from the elements, that the ger was secure, and that there was enough fuel for the fire and food for the winter. She faced the constant threat of predators to the livestock and the risk of disease in a world without modern medicine. Her strength and resourcefulness were a matter of survival for her entire family. But life wasn't all hardship. There were profound joys and a deep sense of community. The close bond of the extended family provided a powerful support system. Women worked together, sharing tasks like milking, felt making, and childcare. This created a strong sense of sisterhood and solidarity. The laughter of children playing around the ger, the warmth of the fire on a cold night, and the shared stories and songs were sources of immense happiness. A Mongol woman also held a significant degree of authority and respect. While the man was the head of the household in public matters, the woman was the undisputed ruler of the domestic sphere. Her management of the family's resources was crucial to their prosperity. In some cases, especially if her husband was away at war or on a long hunt, she would take full control of all family affairs. History even shows us powerful Mongol queens and noble women who wielded immense influence, advising khans and managing vast territories. The wife was not a subordinate. She was a partner, a pillar of the family and the empire. The birth of children, especially a son, was a moment of great joy and celebration, securing the family's lineage. But daughters were also cherished, valued for the alliances they would one day create through their own marriages. The mother-child bond was incredibly strong, forged in the intimate setting of the ger and the shared experiences of nomadic life. The mother-child bond was incredibly strong, forged in the intimate setting of the ger and the shared experiences of nomadic life. A woman's role as a mother was perhaps her most revered, as she was responsible for raising the next generation of warriors, herders, and leaders. So, the life of a Mongol bride was a complex tapestry of duty, resilience, and power. It was a life of hard work and constant adaptation, but also one of deep community bonds, personal authority, and immense satisfaction. These women were the anchors of their society, the keepers of the hearth, and the silent architects of an empire. Their legacy is a powerful reminder of the strength and importance of women throughout history. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into the life of a Mongol bride fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the past. See you in the next video.